All right. Put out that light. Put out that light. Steady, Grano. Feeling yourself, Grano? You're feeling yourself again, Grano? Grano!
Give me some matches.
The matches here are coming. It's about time you pull yourself together, isn't it, Grano? So Bo will be here in a quarter of an hour.
You fully understand, Brandon, what we've done?
Do I understand what I've done? Yes, I understand quite well what I've done. I have done murder. Yes, I have committed murder. I have committed passionless, motiveless, faultless, and clueless murder. Bloodless and noiseless murder. Yes, and immaculate murder. I have killed for the sake of danger and for the sake of killing. And I'm alive, truly and wonderfully alive. That is what I have done, Grano. What's the matter? Are you getting superstitious?
No, I'm not superstitious.
Then may I pull on that light?
No, you may not. Brandon?
Yes?
You remember when Ronald came in?
What do you mean when Ronald came in?
When he came in here from the car, you were standing at the door.
Yes?
Did you see anyone standing there? Up the street, about 70 yards.
Well, what of it?
Nothing. Brandon?
Yes?
When I met Ronald, when I met him at the Coliseum, when I met him and got him into the car, why shouldn't someone have seen us?
What do you mean by someone?
Someone, anyone. Did we think of that, Brandon?
No, I did.
It's in the room, you know. Do you think we'll get away with it?
Tonight?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that some psychic force emanating from that chest there is going to advise Miss Elizabeth Kentley that the remains, nor should I say, the lifeless entirety of her 20-year-old son and heir are contained therein? My dear Granillo, if you are feeling at any way insecure, perhaps I better fortify you with a brief summary of facts, as it were. Let me please say...
Listen!
What?
Listen, I tell you! It's all right. I thought it was Sabo.
Sabo, in the first place, will not be here until quarter of an hour, if then for Sabo is seldom punctual. Sabo, in the second place, has been deprived by the wily master of his key, and he will therefore ring. Let me give you a cool narration of our transactions. At around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, young Ronald Kentley, our fellow undergraduate, left his mother's house with the object of visiting the Coliseum musical, and he did so. After the performance, he was greeted in the street by your good self and invited to this house. He was then given tea, and at 6:45, precisely, done to death by strangulation and rope. He was subsequently deposited in this chest. At 9 o'clock tonight, his mother, Miss Elizabeth Kentley, his aunt, Miss Debenham, and 3 well-chosen friends of ours will come round here for regalement, and they will talk small talk and then depart. At 11 o'clock...
Oh, wait. This body isn't a slip, is it, Brandon?
My dear Granillo, have we not already discussed that the entire beauty and piquancy of the evening resided in the party itself? At 11 o'clock, I was saying, you and I will leave by car for Oxford, and we will carry our fellow undergraduate. Our fellow undergraduate will never be heard of again. Our fellow undergraduate will not be murdered. He will be missing. That is the complete story and the perfection of criminality. The perfect story of the perfect crime. I am quite lucid, am I not?
Yes.
The party itself, you see, Grano, so far from being a vulnerable point, is the very apex and the consummation of our feat. Consider its ingredients. I still don't think we could have chosen better. We require first and by all means foremost, Miss Elizabeth Kensley, the mother of the occupant of the chest. It is she, as the mother, who gives the entire macabre quality to the evening. Well chosen so far. We then, of course, require her husband, but he, of course, being an invalid, is unobtainable. You have procured instead her sister, and the same thing applies to her.
Hello? Hello, hello? What? This is Mayfair Extension 143. Hello? Hello, hello? Oh, what? I can't quite hear you. Put out that light. Put out that light!
Steady, Grano!
Hello? Hello, hello?
We put down the servitor in London, you're afraid! Come and sit down.
Well, go on.
There are then Kenneth Raglan and Leela Arden. Now they have been asked for the youth, innocence, and good spirits alone. And in Raglan, who went to the same school and is at the same university as ourselves, you have about the most perfect specimen of ordinary humanity obtainable, and therefore a suitable witness to this extraordinary scene. Unintellectual humanity is represented, and the same applies to Leela, his female counterpart. And then we come to Ruth Cadell. Now in Ruth, Grano, we have a very interesting proposition. Ruth is just about the one person alive who might have seen this thing from our angle. That is, the artistic one. You recall at one point we even contemplated inviting her to share our dangers, but we eventually turned the notion down. Not because it had been too much for her to swallow intellectually, but simply because she would not have had the nerve. Now, Ruth is a damnably brilliant good poet, but perhaps a little too fastidious. She could have invented and admired, but she could not have acted. What's the time?
About 10-2.
It's the boat here in 5 minutes.
I know.
May I pull on that light?
Must you? Can't you just go on talking?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Go on. Put it on. I'm better now.
Oh, thank you, Grano. I was worried you're about to lose your nerve there for a moment, Grano.
So did I. But I wasn't.
Then may I pull on that light proper?
Yes.
You fool! Didn't I tell you to jack up in there?
What?
Look at this. It's the boys' Colosseum ticket. It was on the floor. We could hang on that. What in heaven's
But my
name?
dear Brandon, you're as much to blame as myself.
That's nothing to do with it. It's your role to see what I don't see. How in heaven's name it got there, I don't know. That's the boat. For God's sake, quiet yourself. All right. I'll go.
In here, sir?
Yes, in here.
Very good, sir. The evening paper, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Sabo.
I thought you might like to look at it, sir.
Very thanks, Sabo. Very thanks.
Not at all, sir.
I'm sorry for the little outburst there, Grano, but it rather upset me.
No, you're quite correct. I should have seen it. How it got there, I don't know.
Neither do I. What's the time?
About 5-2.
We can expect our first guest.
Yes.
The table, sir.
Oh, that's right, Sabo. Lay it there, will you? We're using the table for books.
But I can bring the table in from the other room, sir.
Oh, that's right, Sabo. Lay it there, will you?
It would be no trouble to bring in, sir.
Nevertheless, Sabo, lay it there. Will you?
Very good, sir.
Hello. Haven't added again. 106.
How many is that, Sabo?
10, sir. He was missed at 21.
I must say I'm getting rather tired of inquests on London girls. Also, bloody London typist braver terms. Also of Jim and Amy.
Oh, he's early, whoever he is.
To bring in here, sir?
Yes, in here.
Hello!
Come in, man. You know Grano, don't you?
Rather. Quite a long time since we met, though. Yes, isn't it? I say, I'm terribly sorry. I've come dressed.
My dear fellow, my fault entirely. Come and seat yourself. Yes, I should have explained. You know we're leaving for Oxford tonight.
Oh, no. I'm not going up till Friday.
Now, what is going to drink? We have gin and Italian, gin and Angostura, and I can do up a very nice gin and French.
I think I would like gin in it, thank you.
Gin and it, right. Yes, we leave about midnight tonight by automobile in the, let us hope, moonlight. And you'll observe this place is simply covered with books.
Covered with books.
Yes, I've come into a library.
Come into a library.
But of course, books aren't really in your line, are they, Kenneth?
No, not really. Only P.G. Wodehouse.
Oh, are you good at PG Wodehouse?
Yes. Why? Are you?
Yes, rather.
Good Lord. I would have thought you would have been.
Oh, rather.
I've heard of J. Wickham, an uncle of mine.
Yes. Oh, yes, rather.
Oh, I know he's just died lately.
Oh, really? Has he?
Yes, well, it's his library which he has very kindly and unexpectedly bestowed upon me.
Good Lord.
To the unspeakable mortification of Miss Elizabeth Kentley.
Miss Elizabeth Kedley. She's quite a collector, isn't she?
That's right, and she's coming here tonight.
This is the same woman, isn't it? She lives in Grosvenor Square and has a son.
Right you are, she lives in Grosvenor Square and has a son. And she also runs to a sister, and she's coming tonight too.
Oh, really?
Yes, a reward of £10 is offered to any personal persons forcing by dynamite or other means 2 words out at the same time.
Why is she uncommunicative?
Is she uncommunicative? Uncommunicative, Kenneth, is not the word.
Really? Then tell me, Miss Elizabeth Kentley's son, isn't that Ronald Kentley, the lad who's frightfully good at sports?
That's right, you don't know him, do you?
No, not. I've never met him, but I've heard he wins hurdles in hundreds of yards and things like that, doesn't he?
That's right. And in fact, he's the very living image of yourself, isn't he, Grano?
Yes, he is like.
Really? In what ways?
Oh, in every way. Same age, same height, same color, same sweet and refreshing innocence.
Oh, shut up. I'm not an athlete anyways.
No, but you're just as much alive, in fact, more so.
Am I? Then you're having Miss Elizabeth Kentley here just sort of to make her grind her teeth in envy about the books then?
On the contrary, I'm going to have exactly what she wants, provided I don't want it. But I'm telling you all this to excuse a horrible messman altogether. You observe her having a meal off her chest.
Oh yes, that is rather weird, isn't it?
Good Lord, Kenneth, you've gotten positively fat.
Have I?
Nothing like the boy who used to fag for me at school.
Oh Lord, that was a long time ago.
Oh, it doesn't seem so very long ago.
Yes, back in those days I thought of you as an absolute hero.
Did you? Well, I was always more or less popular amongst the juniors.
It was I who was the unpopular one.
Were you unpopular, Grano?
Oh yes, I remember. I used to loathe you back in those days.
There you are.
Why did you loathe him?
Oh, I don't know. I guess games were the only thing that we ever cared about back in then. But I guess it was absolutely unreasonable.
Oh, it was, I assure you. I'm very harmless.
Ah, I wonder if that's Ruth, but you don't know her, do you, Ruth Cadell?
No, I can't say I have.
No, she was before your time, wasn't she? fishing, Leela. Come along right here. How are you, Leela? You know Granillo, don't you?
Hello.
And this is Mr. Kenneth Raglan. Mr. Raglan, Miss Arden.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, what are you going to drink? Kenneth's having a gin knit.
I'd adore one. And how are you getting on?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Of course, I simply know I've seen you somewhere before.
Really?
You're not a Frenton sea expert, are you?
Oh no, I only go there occasionally. That's all.
How weird, because I could simply swear I've seen you somewhere before.
Oh, how weird.
A previous incarnation, I expect. Leela. But please, excuse mess, we're in a horrible mess and altogether. And Kenneth will tell you all about it. I've come into a library.
Come into a library, my dear. My dear, how weird.
Yes, I hope you're not going to get anything to eat, because all the servants are away, and we're very humble.
No, you told me that. And I simply had a gluttonous high tea, my dear. Gorged, my dear.
Oh, that's all right. I really wouldn't have asked you. Only this is the last chance of seeing you before we go.
Are you going up tonight, then?
Yes.
Oh, I'm feeling absolutely ghastly coming dressed like this.
Why? I'm sure I ought to be dressed too. Of course. You must admit, my dear, this is the most mysterious and weird.
Why mysterious and weird?
Oh, I don't know, just mysterious and weird. Don't you think it's mysterious and weird? Such a queer time to begin with.
Ah, I bet you that's Kentley. If you'll give me a moment, I must go usher her in.
Who's the newcomer?
The newcomer, Leela, is the revered Lady Elizabeth Kentley, who has come here to look at books.
My dear!
Unless it's Ruth, which it may be, of course.
Which, of course, can never be done. Oh, how do you do, Granillo? How are you getting on? You know my sister, don't you?
Yes!
Now, let me introduce you all. This Miss Debenham is Miss Leela Arden. Miss Arden, Miss Kentley.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And this is Mr. Kenneth Raglan.
How do you do, ma'am?
How do you do?
Yeah, there we are. And here, Lady Elizabeth, is an armchair which I think is more or less in your line. And here's a chest on which we're going to feed, while the tables are commandeered for books.
That's not a Cassoni, is it?
No, it's not genuine in its reproduction, but it's a rather nice piece. I got it in Italy. Now, do we have a cocktail now?
Oh, good heavens, no, my boy.
And you, Miss Debenham? You won't.
Oh, yes, yes, please.
Very good. Now, what are you going to drink? We have gin Angostura, gin French, and gin Italian.
Yes, please.
These books I'm going to see, where are they, Brandon?
Oh, the books, they're in the other room, the dining room. I laid them out as best I could, and there's more space in there.
I shall be interested to see them. Most interested. I seem to remember Wickham had a really remarkable little lot of Shakespeareana.
Yes, I'm afraid the folios were sold before he died, but there's a really amazing lot of quartos and a really amazing lot of Baconian stuff, or at least I'm told it's very fine.
Aha, bacon, my boy. That's a special favourite of mine.
Of course, it's so too technical and peculiar.
I expect Miss Debenham has learned to put up with this sort of thing, hasn't she?
Yes. Of course, I'm too Philistine for words. Oh, do go on. What about Bacon?
I think we better try and restrain ourselves, my dear.
Oh no, do go on. You must tell us about Bacon. Isn't he the Persian who dashes around being Shakespeare or something like that?
Oh, here she is! Here she is, the last as usual. Come along in, Ruth. Now, Miss Debenham, Miss Cadell.
How do you do?
Miss Cadell, Miss Kentley.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Miss Cadell, Miss Leela Arden.
How do you do?
And Mr. Raglan, Miss Cadell.
How do you do, ma'am?
But tell me, have I come dressed or have others come undressed? I telephoned an inquiry but could not obtain an answer.
Now, contain yourself, Ruth, and sit down.
What in heaven?
There you are, Ruth. We're going to have a meal off a chest.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
And why are we going to have our meal off a chest?
Well, because it's a very nice chest, and the tables are covered with books.
Yes, haven't you heard? The entire place is covered in library.
Oh.
Now, will you have something to drink?
Oh no, I've had 4 already.
4?
Well, yes, why? Aren't I carrying my drink?
Oh yes, you're carrying it all right. It is a rather mean advantage.
That's right, Isabel. I'll ring Manitou. Then you can clear and get away.
Thank you, sir.
Well now, when do we begin to have our meal off a chest? Because, well, personally, I'm rather peckish.
We're starting right away now. Now listen, everyone. There's lots of plates and knives and things here, and sandwiches and things. Pate, caviar, salmon and cucumber. All you have to do is come around and gather what you want.
Ooh, all right. Okay, will you pass me a sandwich, please? Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's so silly. Oh, okay. Miss Debenham.
Are you the great Cadell then?
Oh, well, why? Do you know anything about me?
Oh, I've read your poems, that's all. Or at least a lot of them.
I do hope you're not confusing me with the other Cadell, ma'am.
I don't think so. You write poems, don't you?
Well, I'm told so, but then so does the other Cadell, a devastating creature who spells it with 2 Ds.
Oh no, there's no confusion.
I never knew you could spell Cadell with 2 Ds.
Same here.
Yes, same here. I knew a Cadell once. She used to spell with 1 D. Louisa Cadell. Horrible old hag she was. She lived in Bayswater.
Oh, dear heaven. The young man is alluding to my aunt.
Oh, I say, I'm terribly sorry. Have I dropped a brick?
Oh, no, you said a mouthful. May I have another sandwich?
Of course.
Oh, I say, must we have a meal off a chest?
Here you are.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Kentley getting any better, ma'am?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid he's still in bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. And how's Ronald getting on?
Ronald? He's getting on all right. He's merely idling, of course, now, like you two.
Does he like it, or does he want to get back?
Oh no, he doesn't want to get back. He has a great time.
Who's Ronald?
Ronald is my son and heir. 20 years of age.
Oh, yes, I know Ronald. He was in the papers the other day for winning the high jump at Varsity Sports.
That's right.
Oh, yes, I remember it quite well. There was a picture of me right next door to it.
Oh, was there?
Oh, yes. Not, though, for winning the high jump. Oh, yes, quite an old friend.
Yes, he's a sprightly lad, that Ronald.
Mr. Brandon says he's like me. Is that true, ma'am?
Why? I suppose he is rather like you when you come to think of it. Quite like, really.
I'm a double, apparently.
My dear, excruciating.
In what ways is he like me, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know. Just in general youthfulness.
And innocence and freshness.
Oh, shut up, Brandon.
He's so afraid they won't think him a man, isn't he?
That's like Ronald, too. I'm afraid they won't feel like that for long, though.
Oh no, they won't, the poor
course.
dears.
My boy is the most infantile thing in the world. I honestly believe his only passion in holiday time is the movies. When I saw him at lunch, he was just rushing off to the Coliseum.
But that's not the movies, is it? I thought there was a musical. Not that I know, I've never been there in my life.
Never been to the Coliseum.
Well, why? Should he have been to the Coliseum?
Oh, I just thought everybody had been.
Well, I haven't.
Neither have I. Is that the place in the Haymarket?
My dear, you're mixing that up with the capital. What abysmal ignorance.
You'd have been a sad dog as an ancient Roman, Granillo.
Oh, yes, indeed. In the days of the Caesars, the results of confusing the Colosseum with the Capitol would have been, I should imagine, almost fatal. Well, certainly you'd have been taken up.
What was the capital then? Wasn't it where they all got up and held forth?
Oh, the Capitol, I'm told, was the Roman temple to Jupiter on the Topaean Hill.
Oh! Weren't they sweet?
Wherein exactly were the ancient Romans sweet?
My dear, such awful fools. Going in for temples and Jupiter and all that. Such a terrible lot of bother about nothing.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Well, anyway, you must think that...
Oh, but pardon. To return to the 20th century for just a moment. Do you mean to tell me, Granillo, that you have never been to the Colosseum?
No, never. Of course not. Why?
Is that so? Oh, dear, dear.
Yes. Why?
Well, do you mean to tell me that you can stand there and puff out your chest and tell me that you have never been to the Colosseum?
Yes. Why? Why should you think that I had?
Oh, merely the hawk-like sharpness of my vision.
Why? Is it a crime to have never been to the Coliseum?
Oh, no, ma'am, I don't expect it's a crime.
For in that case, I'm afraid I myself am guilty.
Oh, no, I merely meant that Granillo, by the mere look of him, standing there in his beautiful dark blue suit, was not the sort of person who had never been to the Colosseum.
Well, I haven't.
But young Ronald has been to the Colosseum anyway, ma'am.
That's right.
Well, I'm beginning to come to the conclusion that there's some sort of ulterior motive for this chest picture.
What do you mean, ulterior motive?
You mean it's purely done to make poor Ruth spill things all over her dress?
Well, I think it's more than likely.
Oh, I suspect it's much worse than that. I think they've committed murder, and it's simply chock full of rotting bones. It's the sort of thing for rotting bones, isn't it?
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my dear, you're right. I wouldn't let you see the inside of that chest for worlds.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't. And it's all very well to try to bluff me out and pretend you're not willing to let me see.
Oh, but my dear, that's just what I said I wouldn't do.
My suspicions.
But surely a murderer, having chopped up and concealed his victim in a chest, wouldn't come and ask all his friends to eat off it.
Well, not unless he was a very stupid and very conceited murderer.
A very stupid and very conceited.
Which, of course, he might be.
In fact, that's exactly what all criminals are.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Talking of murderers, have you seen that new thing at the New Gallery?
Yes, I saw that. Wasn't it good?
Yes. Wasn't it good? I didn't like her though much. That new woman, I didn't think she was much good.
Yes, she wasn't very good. But the other film that was playing was good, wasn't it?
Yes, wasn't it good?
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
The Lord look down upon us. We've fallen amongst fans.
Of course, the man I've got a passion for is William Powell.
Oh, is he good?
My dear, absolutely marvelous. You know, my dear, strong, silent. I think I'm liking him better than John Gilbert now.
But he has a mustache, doesn't he?
Oh, I expect that improves him, doesn't it?
But then John Gilbert always had a mustache, didn't he?
Oh, no, rather not. I've seen him in thousands of ones without. All the early ones.
Oh, the early ones.
By the way, did you see Robert Montgomery in that thing with Joan Crawford? I've forgotten what it's called. The Wonderful something. Or something like that. It was all sort of, you know.
I, for one, at the moment of speaking, do not.
Oh, yes, I remember. The Wonderful. I've forgotten what. It was jolly good. But what did you think of her? Joan Crawford.
Oh, I don't know. Like all these, you know.
Well, I thought she was terribly good.
Well, I once went to the pictures, and I saw Mary Pickford.
Oh, how did you like her?
Oh, I don't know. Like all these, you know.
What was she in anyways?
Well, I can't quite recall. The something, or something like that, or something very like it anyway.
I don't believe you ever went.
I never knew you were a fan like this, Leela. I simply abhor the things myself.
What are moral grounds?
Oh no, they simply make me go to sleep. And those places are so eternally stuffy. What do you think about films, Miss Debenham?
No, I don't.
Well, if you'd seen
Well,
the...
pardon, I cannot quite ascertain Miss Debenham's opinion. She says she doesn't. Does she mean she does not think about films, or merely that she does not think at all?
Yes, decidedly.
Oh, I see.
Well, who says books?
Yes, I think that's a very good idea.
And I have a gramophone in here for the very young if they care to make use of it.
But I thought you said the room was covered with books.
Oh no, there's room to dance.
Oh, hello. You've got a wireless, I see.
Oh no, I've rarely used it.
How do you work this thing anyways? I've never
Rarely used it.
Well, maybe if you...
Well, come along, Miss Debenham. You dance, don't you?
I really couldn't say.
Well, we never know until we try, do we?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, granted, utterly.
Well, come along, the rest of you. I've dozens of records in here.
Thank you.
Well, Ruth,
Well, you look rather fagged out.
do I? I don't feel it.
Well, what have you been doing with yourself, Granillo?
Doing with myself nothing. Why do you ask?
Well, for no reason whatever. You seem rather touchy.
Yes, I'm a bit liverish. I've been sleeping most of the afternoon, and that always puts me out for the rest of the day.
Oh, well, that's what I do.
Writing anything lately?
Oh, yes, a little thing about doves and another little thing about rain. Both good. Very good, in fact. And then, of course, I'm getting ahead with the big work.
Oh, is that going well?
Yes, very well. Indeed, it promises not only to be the best thing I've ever written, but the best thing I've ever read. Well, this is rather nice. You and Brandon still travel to Oxford this evening?
Yes, that's quite right.
Oh, well, what time do you leave?
Oh, we're aiming to start about 10:30.
Oh, and then arriving about when?
Oh, about 3. Why?
Oh, peculiar form of enjoyment, Grano, but, well, then that's like you.
Why? Lovely moonlight night.
No, it's not. It's raining already.
It's not.
Oh, yes, it is. Listen.
Well, it is coming down, isn't it?
What what have we here? Conrad! Oh, dear me.
Grano!
Hello.
Grano, you're wanted!
Coming. Coming along.
Oh no, I'm all right. Oh, good evening, Sabot.
Good evening, madame.
And how are you getting on?
Very well, thank you, madame.
Going to be a dirty night.
Oh, yes, it's set in now, madame.
Yes. I suppose Mr. Brandon will still be going, though.
Pardon?
Oh, I suppose Mr. Brandon will still be going to Oxford.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Yes. Have you any idea of the date, Sabot?
The date. The date. It is the 16th, madame.
Oh, the 16th?
No, it is not. It is the 17th, madame.
Yes, the 17th. I thought so. Have you been getting into trouble lately, Sabot?
Trouble?
Yes, trouble.
Trouble, madame.
Uncanny as it may seem, Sabot, the word I employed was trouble.
What kind of trouble, madame?
Why? Have you a selection?
Life. She is full of trouble.
Oh, yes, she is almost unintermittently troublesome. But I was wondering, though, whether you had gotten into any trouble with your employers.
Me, madame?
Yes.
No. What would make you think so, madame?
Well, I telephoned to this house at 7:45, and I heard the most hysterical noises.
Hysterical noises?
Hysterical, Sabot. Noises. Somebody had evidently lost their nerve, and I was wondering whether you were the cause of it.
Me, madame?
Yes.
No. I was not here till 5 to 9.
Oh. Then are you the one who frequents the Colosseum, Sabot?
Yes, madame.
I said, are you the one who frequents the Colosseum?
But I did not understand. Is the Colosseum?
Yes.
No.
You don't?
The music hall?
Yes.
No. I've been there once, madame. Many years ago.
But not lately?
No.
Then is it Mr. Granillo who frequents the Colosseum?
Monsieur Granillo?
Or is it Mr. Brandon who frequents the place?
Monsieur Brandon?
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Brandon. What's all this, Mr. Brandon?
Well, I was asking the good Sabot whether Mr. Brandon would still be travelling to Oxford tonight in all this rain. Wasn't I, Sabot?
Yes. Yes, madame.
Well, I hope they are. What's a little rain, anyway? Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. Hello? What's he reading? The Rover. Back in a minute. Oh, that's right, Sabot. You can clear out now. Now that's cleared.
Thank you, sir.
Back in a minute.
That, Sabot, is what we call a white one.
A white one, madame? Oh, yes, madame.
Yes.
A white one, madame. Bonsoir, madame.
Good night, Sabot.
Hello, Sabot gone?
Yes, Sabot gone. Brandon? Well, I've just thought of something rather queer.
Oh, something queer. What's that?
Yes. All this talk about rotting bones and chests.